Welcome to Mr. Stewart's History Revision channel. A little bit of a somber video. Got a nice trip coming up to Belgium, but the sad part of the trip is that we have to visit the cemeteries of the fallen soldiers, both from the Allied forces as well as the Axis forces. So what you're looking at are some images from Lange German Military Cemetery. It's important that we remember those soldiers that also died in the war. They gave up their lives as well. This cemetery is located in West-Vlaanderen in Belgium. It's a German war cemetery, which is part of the West-Flanders fields. Here, as you can see, more than 44,000 soldiers are buried in an area where originally the first ever gas attack occurred, which was produced by the German army. It marks the beginning of the Second Battle of Yerbes, which occurred in April 1915. During the First Battle of Yerbes, 1914, inexperienced German infantry who were out and joining the army for an adventure suffered severe casualties when they made a frontal attack against Allied position near Lange. They suffered so many casualties, in fact 24,917. Legend has it that the German infantry sang their first ever song, which became known as the German national anthem, Deutschland, Deutschland über alle, as they charged to meet their deaths. The cemetery, which has evolved around some small graves from 1915, has seen a number of changes, which you'll see in some of the other videos that I will post. 24,917 German servicemen died and are buried here in graves that are not marked. Between the oak trees, you will see a number of graves also not marked. There's a mass grave in between the oak trees, which marks 10,143 soldiers. It also includes 2 British soldiers killed in 1918. The 3,000 or so school children who were killed during the First Battle of Ypres are also buried in a third part of the cemetery at the rear. You'll also be able to see a sculpture of 4 mourning figures, which is created by a man called Professor Emil Grieger. They're there to stand guard over the fallen soldiers. You may notice that one of them is holding a ball, which represents the myth or fact that there was a Christmas armistice where they played a football match. The names of the British casualties can be found on a plaque to the left of the entrance, on the face of the first German memorial stone. You're looking at Flanders fields where many, many young men died, but will never be forgotten, whether they're German or British.